Okay, Lami's theorem. According to this theorem, if three forces acting on a point are in equilibrium, then each force is proportional to the sine of the angle between the other two forces. Okay. So in equilibrium means the three forces are acting at a point such that the net force on that point is zero. That means all the three forces are balancing each other. Okay, so if there are three forces A, B, and C, and alpha, beta, gamma are the opposite signs. So let us first draw the figure, find out. Let us say these are three forces. A force A acting like this, a force B acting like this, and a force C is acting. So these are the three forces acting on a point. Say this point is C. Okay, and the angle between B and C is suppose alpha. Angle between C and A is beta. The angle between A and B is gamma, and this point is C. So angle, according to this, these three forces are in equilibrium. Then force A is proportional to sine of the angle between the other two forces, that is alpha. Force B magnitude is directly proportional to the sine of the angle between the other two forces, that is beta. And force C is proportional to sine of the angle between these two forces A and B, that is sine gamma. So we can write down A divided by sine alpha, that is the ratio of force A and the angle, opposite angle, is equal to B divided by sine beta is equal to C divided by sine gamma. So that is the statement of Lami's theorem. Okay, now what is the condition? We shall use this theorem and you will be able to understand better the conditions for equilibrium of an object. So when we say that the object is in equilibrium on which the various forces are acting. Okay, so one condition is that there is no linear motion of the object. No linear motion of the object. For example, this is the object at P. Three forces are acting, but still the object at point P remains at P. So it is not moving linearly. There is no linear motion of the object. And we say that the object is in equilibrium. Okay, second is there is no rotational motion. So no linear motion as well as no rotational motion of the object. So that is, this is an object, it does not rotate at this position. It does not neither moves in any direction nor rotates at the same point, at the same place along its axis. So that means the net, in this case, when with no linear motion, that means the net force is equal to zero. So that means the net force acting on is 0. So therefore net acceleration is 0 and there is no linear motion. In case of rotational motion, torque is equal to 0. So what is torque? Torque basically is a physical quantity which is responsible for rotational effect, rotational motion of the object. So basically it is produced due to force only. Okay, when force is acting at some other point than the axis of the object, it can rotate this. For example, so if this point is fixed and the force is acting here. So when the force is acting here, what is it? It is producing rotational effect. Okay, so this is the quantity is called torque. So that means the torque which produces rotational effect on the object is 0. So this is the second condition. So neither the object linearly moves from its position nor it rotates at the same position. Then we say that the object is in equilibrium. And the third condition of the object to be in equilibrium is there is minimum potential energy of the object. Okay. So if it is in stable equilibrium, the potential energy of the object will be minimum. So we shall discuss this when we discuss energy. But for the time being, you should understand that object is in equilibrium on which different forces are acting. If it does not move linearly, it does not rotate about its position, about its axis at any position. So these are the conditions for equilibrium of an object. Now, what is an equivalent vector? So let us get the definition of equivalent vector. Once again, equivalent vector, it is a single vector which balances two or more vectors acting on a body at the same time. Okay, so if two forces F1, F2 acting on a body at point P, they produce this result. Then another force is acting in such a way that it balances the result of these two forces. Then we say that that force F3 is equivalent of vector of these two force vectors F1 and F2. So it is equal and opposite of the resultant vector of the given vectors acting on the object. ये दोनों वेक्टर्स जो इस ऑब्जेक्ट पे वर्क कर रहे हैं, इसका जो रिजल्टेंट वेक्टर है, इक्विवेलेंट वेक्टर क्या होता है, उसके ऑपोजिट डायरेक्शन में होता है.
Number one is the vectors of same nature can be added. So okay. So same nature alone can be added. That means if there is a force vector F1 and another force vector F2, then we can add these two vectors to get some other vector. But if there is a force vector F1 and there's a suppose velocity vector V1, we cannot add these two. Okay, the nature of the vector should be same. So that is a very simple fact. Second is vector addition is commutative. So what is the meaning of commutative? Suppose we have two vectors, vector A and vector B. We add these two vectors, A plus B will be the addition of two vectors. So A plus B That means we take a vector 1, A first and B second. And we also add the two vectors by taking B first and then A as second vector. So A vector plus B vector is equal to B vector plus A vector. So in whichever vector we take first, it doesn't matter. The addition of two vectors is always equal in whichever way, in whichever order we add these two vectors. So we can prove this. Suppose these two vectors are acting at some angle theta, are represented by the two adjacent sides of a parallelogram. So this is A vector, this is point O, and this is B vector. Okay, these are two vectors acting like this. Now these two vectors you see are in opposite order. So we can complete the parallelogram. And resultant, how can we get the resultant? You suppose this is O, P, Q, and S is the parallelogram. Now from the same point or at which the A is joining with vector B, you draw a diagonal of this parallelogram. So this will give you the resultant of these two vectors. So this is parallel by using parallelogram law of vector. Side OS is equal to PQ because these two are equal and parallel. So this is similar to vector B. Now this is A vector, OP vector is equal and opposite to this SQ vector, which is equal to A vector, and this is B vector, and this is A vector. Now consider first triangle OPQ. So triangle OPQ vector is given by OP vector plus PQ vector by using triangle law, because OP, PQ are in same order. So we'll use this triangle. Q vector is equal to A vector plus B vector, because OP is A and PQ is B. Similarly with triangle OQS, in this triangle OQ vector will be given by these two vectors are in same order, OS vector plus SQ vector. So OS vector is B vector plus A vector. So both these are equal to OQ vectors. That means A vector plus B vector is equal to B vector plus A vector. So that is the fact of one fact of vector addition. Okay. Now vector addition is associative. That is the second important fact about vector addition. Third fact, that is vector addition is associative. So what does it mean? Suppose we have three vectors, vector A, vector B, and vector C. So we have three vectors. Now, according to this fact, if we add A vector with B vector, then whatever the resultant we add it to C vector will be equal to if we add A vector to the resultant of B and C vector. Okay, suppose हमने पहले इन दोनों को ऐड किया, जो रिजल्ट आया उसमें C ऐड कर दिया, अब हम फिर क्या करते हैं, बी और सी को पहले ऐड करते हैं और फिर उसको ए से में ऐड कर देते हैं, या ए को हम बी और सी के रिजल्ट में रिजल्टेंट के साथ ऐड करते हैं, तो ये दोनों बराबर होंगे. तो अकॉर्डिंग टू दिस the sum of the vectors remains the same in whatever grouping they are added. तो किसी भी ग्रुपिंग में इनको ऐड किया जाए, सम सबका बराबर होगा, वेक्टर्स का सम बराबर होगा. उसमें क्या था, इन वट एवर ऑर्डर, आगे पीछे हो जाए जिसकी भी ऑर्डर में, तो भी सम बराबर होगा. नाउ वी हैव थ्री वेक्टर्स. सपोज दिस इज वेक्टर ए, दिस इज वेक्टर बी एंड वेक्टर सी. तो तीन वेक्टर्स हैं. हमने पहले एक वेक्टर ड्रॉ किया, दूसरे का टेल हमने इसके हेड से जॉइन करके वेक्टर ड्रॉ किया बी, और फिर तीसरे को हमने टेल जो है हमने सेकंड के हेड से कनेक्ट करके वो वेक्टर उसकी डायरेक्शन और मैग्नीट्यूड के साथ हमने ड्रॉ कर लिया. तो नाउ दिस हैज बिकम एन ओपन पॉलीगॉन. ठीक है, तो ओपन पॉलीगॉन में क्लोजिंग साइड विल गिव यू द रिजल्टेंट O P Q S. So now we have to prove this. So let us draw OQ and SP. Okay, so let us first consider OQ. Now triangle OPQ. So in this triangle OPQ, these are in same order. Vector A plus vector B is equal to OQ vector. OQ vector. Now triangle OQS. OQS in this triangle. Now this is basically A vector plus B vector, because OQ is A vector plus B vector. In this triangle, this and this are in same order and this is in opposite order. So R vector is equal to A vector plus B vector, that is OQ vector plus QS vector. So I'll write down once again here. I'll say OS vector, that is R vector, is equal to OQ vector plus QS vector. OQ vector plus QS vector is equal to OS vector. And this is equal to R vector plus OQ is equal to A vector plus B vector and QS is C vector. So that is the resultant of the three vectors. Okay, now let us join S and P and consider the triangle PQS. So join PS. So triangle PQS. So this PQ and QS are in same order. So PQ vector plus QS vector will be given by PS vector, which is in opposite order. So this will give the resultant. So PS vector is equal to PQ vector is B vector and QS vector is C vector. Now, so this side, this vector PS is now B vector plus C vector. Now triangle OPS. In this triangle, this OP vector and PS vector are in same order and this is in opposite order. So using triangle law, OS vector will be equal to OP vector plus PS vector. What is OP vector? A vector. What is PS vector? That is already know, B vector plus C vector. And what is OS vector? R vector. So R vector is equal to A vector plus B vector plus C vector. So these two are same, equal. So that is why vector R is equal to A vector plus B vector in one group plus C vector, and vector R is also equal to A vector plus B plus C, the group of B plus C vector. Subtraction of vectors. Subtraction of vector B from a vector A is defined as the addition of vector minus B, that is negative vector B. Okay, so this is negative of vector B to vector A. तो A और B का A में से B वेक्टर घटाना हो, it is same thing as adding the negative of B vector to A vector. So A minus B we can write down. A vector minus B vector is equal to A vector plus minus B vector. तो हमें अगर सब्ट्रैक्शन करना हो, A वेक्टर लो, B वेक्टर लो, उसका नेगेटिव वेक्टर बना लो और उसको A वेक्टर में ऐड कर दो, तो आपको क्या मिल जाएगा? A माइनस B वेक्टर मिल जाएगा. सपोज दिस इज वेक्टर A and this is vector B. Now to get A minus B, what we do is, let us draw A vector. This is vector A. Now join, suppose this is OP, join the tail of B to the head of A and draw the vector B. And we have drawn this vector B, that is say PQ. Now we want to find out the A minus B. So what is minus B vector? So minus B vector, what we do is, this is B vector. So minus B vector is the same vector whose magnitude is equal to B, but direction is opposite. So what we do is, we extend this PQ in the opposite direction and we cut the length PQ from point P, and let us call this PS. Now this vector PS vector is actually has become minus vector B. तो ये B वेक्टर है तो ये माइनस B वेक्टर हो गया. अब ये A वेक्टर है, ये माइनस B वेक्टर है, तो हमें क्या चाहिए? A माइनस B. तो ये A वेक्टर प्लस माइनस B वेक्टर. So these are in two same order. A वेक्टर प्लस माइनस B वेक्टर, इसका जो रिजल्टेंट होगा वो हमें क्या देगा? A वेक्टर माइनस B वेक्टर. तो हम क्या करेंगे? ये हमारे पास A वेक्टर इज, so this is A vector which is OP vector, this is B vector minus B vector, that is PS vector, and that is, these are in same order. So in the opposite order we draw OS, and that will give you the A vector plus minus B vector, इन दोनों वेक्टर्स का एडिशन. और ये वेक्टर है A वेक्टर और ये वेक्टर है माइनस B वेक्टर. So this will be the, give us the resultant. That is the subtraction of A vector minus from the subtraction of B vector from the A vector. Okay, so this is one way of doing this. We can do it another way, extend this OP and cut OP equal to PT. So now PT is in the same direction as A and equal in length. So this is similar to A vector. So now this is A vector and this is minus B vector. In this case, these are in opposite order. You see this point, they are adjacent sides. You can consider them as adjacent sides of a parallelogram because these are A vector and minus B vector, जिनका हमें रिजल्टेंट निकालना है, दोनों ऑपोजिट ऑर्डर में हैं. ये इस केस में क्या था, A वेक्टर और माइनस B वेक्टर एक ही ऑर्डर में थे. अभी इन दोनों के बीच में जो एंगल, अब हम इसको क्या करते हैं, इसको हम ये एंगल जो है हमारा क्या है, ये A वेक्टर और B वेक्टर के बीच का एंगल है, दैट इज एंगल थीटा. ओके, अब हमें इस पैरेललोग्राम लॉ को यूज करेंगे, इसका पैरेललोग्राम कंप्लीट करेंगे. ओके, और ये पॉइंट O से P की तरफ, या फिर हम क्या कर सकते हैं, एक लाइन ड्रॉ करेंगे P से U तक, और इसको बाद में करते हैं. सो लेट अस ड्रॉ PU इक्वल एंड पैरेलल टू OS. ठीक है, तो ये क्या बन जाएगा, दिस विल बी सेम एज A वेक्टर प्लस माइनस B वेक्टर. कंप्लीट द पैरेललोग्राम. So this vector is, this angle is theta. If this angle is theta, this angle will be equal to 180 minus theta. तो अगर ये theta है, because this is a line, तो total angle कितना होता है एक लाइन पे, 180 होता है, तो उसमें से theta घटा दिया, 180 minus theta. So we can use parallelogram law now to find out the resultant, the expression for the resultant. Resultant का expression निकालने के लिए R लिखेंगे A vector plus, sorry, A square plus B square plus 2AB, and what is the angle between the two? A का magnitude का square, B के magnitude का square plus 2AB, and cos of the angle between A vector and minus B vector, that is 180 minus theta and under root. So this will give us the value of the resultant R. This, so this is the resultant vector R. So which are OS as well as PU. OS we find out using triangle law. PU we can find out using parallelogram law. So this is how we can find out the A minus B vector, the result of A minus B vector. Now to get the direction of the resultant. Now direction of resultant we can get, suppose beta, let us say this angle, I'm going to use this red pen, this angle is beta, which is the angle which the resultant, that is A minus B vector, A vector minus B vector, makes with the A vector. So what will be tan beta now? So tan beta will be given by B. If you remember, it was B sine theta. So it will become equal to B sine 180 minus theta, because now angle is 180 minus theta, divided by A plus B cos 180 minus theta. So that is the, give you the direction of the resultant, that is A vector minus B vector. Okay, so that is how you can subtract one vector from the other. Subtraction is basically addition of negative of one vector with the other vector, basically is that. So you can find out using parallelogram law or using